Chat, why aren't you chatting? Ranting mouse who lays down and says nothing. Dat me. All my songs are old songs, except for the one new song. You guys want to hear a new song? I have to re-record it though, because the acoustic part on the part that I recorded so I wouldn't forget the song is very it's very bad. It's very not good. Oh, it was good. Yeah, here's the new song. I like it a lot, but the rhythm on this first recorded version is you hear me say so bad. Because I practiced it a bunch as I was writing it, and the little doom 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 doom, like the guitar part, I had no issue with until I tried to record it, and I tried recording it 3 times and I couldn't get the freaking guitar part right again. It's funny. I've been enjoying doing the new music video, or not music videos, the rant videos on the new rant channel. Yeah, Valtteri, I was thinking about that. Matter of fact, not only was I thinking about going back and making music videos later, or I'm excited about the idea that there might come a time other people get inspired to make their own music videos to my songs. But yeah, I'm 100% down to like re-record songs, re-release them, retool them. I would like to get to a point where I think the main issue that's keeping me from writing more music and producing more music is just my living situation. Because like I don't have like a space for recording and producing music. My everything computer is like stuck in a little corner, and I literally build guitar pedals. Like I turn to the left, I build guitar pedals. I'm at my computer and I'm doing all my things. I turn to the right and there's like my little amp for testing guitar pedals. Yeah, and then I do have a place I can set up a microphone. And I do have a nicer microphone, but like it's just a mental thing, having to like turn on or like connect the microphone, get into the right position. It's so stupid. I'm so lazy, bro. I'm so lazy. I just don't have space like I used to, because I live in just like a single. I just live in like a hole in the wall. God, even a studio apartment at this point is like a luxury. It's crazy, bro. I know I complain about it all the time, but it's so true. Even a studio apartment's a fucking luxury. What kind of shitty ass world do we live in these days, bro? I shouldn't complain. I just gotta build more guitar pedals and I'll be fine. I lowered my price point to $125 from $169. And every pedal I put up so far has pretty much flown off the shelves. And that's the equivalent of essentially $60 an hour. Because I've really been following the strict policy of just like doing what feels right at any given moment, which has led us to where we are now. with the new rant channel. Oh yeah, but just like follow. I've been trying to just follow like what feels right at any given moment, and it's interesting though, because in the process of just following my bliss, I've gotten into this like I've been like tooling myself to get into this habit of like doing essentially like a daily routine, and that routine has been to make one rant. If I find any shorts from the rants, post the shorts, and then try to get at least one song up on the art music channel. And I like to do at least one drawing every day, and then I need to build like 2 guitar pedals, which is honestly at the end of the day, that's a full day's worth of work. Like I think something in my life is wrong right now. I just don't know what it is. So I'm trying to figure it out. I think a lot of what rules people's lives isn't doing what they feel like doing, but doing what they feel like they have to do. There's a difference between doing something because you actually want to do it versus doing it because you feel obligated to. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think most people live their lives based on obligation rather than what they actually want to do. I think if people did what they actually wanted to do, especially like without fear, I think the world might be a better place. I don't know. the long story short is I feel like we should be like minimalizing our life instead of trying to like expand it. Like I think we should use technology to like simplify our lives instead of like giving us more and more shit. Like I'd be perfectly happy to give up a lot of like modern choices and amenities if it meant we had all of our needs met, you know what I mean? And we don't have to struggle as much. And I think we're at a point technologically where we should be able to have that, but I mean, it would require us to give up a lot of things, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm beginning to realize American freedom is just about... American freedom isn't about freedom, it's about people being too scared to let go of the things that they're used to having. I just really believe that, like, we can restructure things. Or, in theory, you know, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to everyone have a really good life. Freedom in America is just an excuse to be able to, for a lot of people to be hurtful. It's a code word for people being like, for a certain group of people in America to not change, to not change, you know, to not get better. Like, it's funny, but at the same time, like, because I was thinking about how there's like hate speech and stuff is criminalized in some places, and the purpose of that is, I think, to help prevent like for instance in Germany there's like a lot of things involving criminalizing stuff related to Nazis, right? And on the surface, I would think that that's because they're trying to prevent Nazis from reforming again. But the thing is, people who are hateful, I've always said this, and I'll hold true to this till the day I die, people who are hateful are going to be hateful regardless of what speech they use. So you're not going to stop Nazis from coming back by making it illegal to have a swastika, have the Hitler salute, and all this stuff, right? Like they're just going to start using code words or come up with new words. You know, like does it really, if you do make things illegal to say, does it, even if you try to like stamp out hate speech, people who are hateful are gonna find ways to be hateful regardless. I think the top-down approach from limiting people's speech to try to stamp out bad behavior is like not the way. And I've seen it with my own eyes. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a chilling effect that by doing that, I guess it does send a message, which is good, you know? Like I don't think it's bad that it's illegal in Nazi Germany to do Nazi things. Like have Nazi symbolism and stuff. I don't think it's bad. But if you're doing that and then you're also not doing anything to help fix the underlying issue of people who still believe in those fascist ideas, it's going to come back, you know, which it apparently is, from what I've heard. How do we accomplish world peace? Oh man, I wish, bro. I don't think we do. I think we're fucked. You know what's funny? Trump's doing this whole thing, right? Like there's this really scary thing that's happening. So once and for all, America's gonna... it feels like they're about to boots on the ground go to Israel and help gut Gaza. That's what the rhetoric feels like. That's just straight up like displacing an entire populace once and for all. I mean, so here's the thing, it's like the way that Trump is like talking about it, he's like, you know, it's just there's been too much war. Let's just once and for all like remove the problem. And this is why I don't like talking about this shit, because I don't know enough. All I know about Israel and Palestine is that there were like two groups in the same area, and Israel slowly but surely has been pushing Palestinian people out of that area. And then I guess part of the reason why either group feels like they need to be there is because of religious reasons. I just don't know enough about it to have a strong opinion one way or the other. But I do know I hate that I am in a country that has a military force that is being used to hurt people under the guise of liberation and policing the world. I just don't like. I don't want to be an American. I want to be Japanese, guys. Like, I want to go move to Japan and never come back, because at least Japan is like not getting involved with people's shit. But anyways, I'll be honest, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fucking shit. There are so many people who are suffering in this world, and I care about all people who are suffering, and I have no control over any of it. So I don't want to get into debate about how people are suffering. You know, like, I know people are suffering, and I don't give a fuck about taking sides on this. All I know is from what I've seen, and I don't care. The way that Trump frames it is so funny, because it's like, on the surface, him saying, hey, we'll just make some nice places for these people to live so that there's no more conflict in Israel. We're gonna give the Palestinians just a nice place to live somewhere else, okay? That's how he framed it. And I'm just like, holy god. People who have been slowly displaced over time, by saying we'll give them some place nice to live. It's just so insane. But the thing is like, I think on some level he believes it, and maybe even the people who feel like they're gonna do something nice for him believe. I don't know, man. Like, so being that detached from it, and then being honest about my fucking detachment from these things, I am curious. I am genuinely curious. Like, bro, are they gonna actually do a good job of moving Palestinians somewhere else where they can have a better life? I'm curious, man. I'm just like, okay, bet. If you guys are gonna stop, or if your solution is to full scale displace them and put them somewhere that you think is better, do it, fucking pussies. Like, do it. Stop bombing them. Stop trying to hurt them. Do it. Fuck it. Do it. You know. Prove that you're not pieces of shit as you like send illegal immigrants to Guantanamo Bay. Send them to Florida, man. Nah, that's punishment. Never mind. Don't do that. I'm glad we got through the Israeli-Palestine discussion with everyone. Time is it? It's 1 a.m. 1 a.m. Is there nowhere the rest of the day might be fit you better? Yeah, I'm doing options. I'm up like 200 on one of them. I'm a little worried it might go back down, but I'm kind of seeing what's going on. I don't know. I bet options. I don't mind losing money on options. The point of doing options is to make big money. So if I'll hold it till it's worthless. I'll hold an option till it's worthless. But I only do $50 max. Although I did do 160 the other day because I'm a dumbass, but I think I'll probably get it back today. I'll cash out on that one because it was a dumb bet. I doubled my money on it and then it went down. And I was like, fuck. I should have got out when I could have. Guys, I wish I had known about Roth IRAs. I wish I had known about investing back when I had money. Bro, if I had been smart and understood investing back when I had money, I would be retired. I could be comfortably retired right now easily. Dude, I'm putting it all yeah. It's actually one of the things that inspired me to get back to building guitar pedals, because I just realized I can essentially print money to put in stocks. Yeah, for real. No, for real though, bro. All of the things that I would have invested in back in like 2010, oh, I'd be set right now, bro. It's so unfortunate, man. It's whatever. Like, I don't mind my struggle. I wish life was easier for me, but I'm still, all things considered, pretty it is rough. It is rough having experienced great fortune in my life and then being in a place where I'm currently unfortunate, but I still recognize how I have it really good. all things considered. I need to get over that whatever this block is that's in my way right now. I'm so close, guys. I'm so close to being in a good place. I can feel it. I think the worst thing happening in America right now, overall, is just how hard it is to get a place to live. It's something I've been struggling with for a while, but like, I'm trying to, at the end of the day, for me, myself, and I am ultimately like, I'm more concerned with like who I am online. Like, right? Yeah, I'll be honest, for me, like, my biggest concern in life right now is it's something I've been like fighting with for a while, and I think I finally like, it's just something I've accepted about myself, which is kind of like, it's a weird thing to like talk about so obliquely, but it's that desire to really just want to be worshipped and adored. Which feels completely unhinged to talk about in a very straightforward way. Because it's like, wait, so what's your purpose online? Oh, I just want to be worshipped and adored. like I just want to be myself, but also be worshipped and adored for being myself, and I think I deserve that. Is that why I'm a streamer? I'm pretty sure it is. I can tell you for certain it's definitely why I'm a VTuber. And this isn't about this didn't happen during, this isn't modern. Yeah, that's why everyone is a streamer. Yeah, exactly. But no, man, I deserve it. I'm like super smart and talented and cute and really deserve it in a way that other people don't. No, I'm more important than all those other fake ass bitches. No, I don't want to milk anyone dry. That's not my. I just like the attention. I just like. It's like I said in my. It's something I realized. So okay, two things. One, I'll never forget. Because I've been streaming VR chat and stuff, you know, for ages. I was VTubing before it was popular, all that jazz, blah blah blah. I've been doing this since 2018. And I'll never forget, there's this point where this was before I was streaming. This was when my friends were streaming. And I wasn't really streaming. I was sometimes I was streaming, but I didn't consider myself a streamer in the same way that other VR chat content creators were, where they all wanted to be popular and they all wanted to be like the center of attention and yada yada yada. And it was this whole like cult of personality happening in VR chat. I was streaming because I just wanted to share my enthusiasm for making avatars at the time. But then I'll never forget, one day I saw myself in one of my avatars on someone else's stream, and it was like a light bulb clicked in my head where I was like, wait a second, I look cute. I'm fun. Like I was like, me in a little avatar being goofy, like I like that. That was super cool seeing myself like that. It wasn't like the next day I decided to just like start VTubing or start being like a VR chat content creator, but it definitely clicked in something in my head. But like I think I've been struggling over time with just like I like myself as a VTuber, long story short. Like I like myself as like a 3D anime character. It's always been fun. It's been fun to present that way online. Since then has been essentially just like wrestling with that identity online and how I want to ultimately like present myself, you know what I mean? And it's been so hard. It's been so challenging because like, especially with the virus, dude, this wouldn't be. When I went viral, I felt so vindicated as like a content creator, especially because I had been, you know, around all these other fake ass bitches for so long who had come up in the VR chat scene and like made a big name for themselves over dumb shit. And I'm just like, man, fuck these talentless hacks. And then I went viral and I was just like, see, there you go, I proved it. I'm super smart and talented. super smart and talented, and look how smart and talented I am. And it's funny because like, but then it all fell apart, right? Like then more like accessible VTubers came in and kind of like did VTubing right. Content creators who know how to like content create for the broader audience came in and just like fucking wiped the floor with me. And I feel like ever since then it's just been this like weird identity crisis of just like, well, what am I doing online, bro? A big part of where my virality came from wasn't because I was actually interesting or funny. It was because some of the things that I was doing just happened to line up with some other stuff that was happening on TikTok that were going viral. So a lot of my viral clips were going viral parallel to other viral things that were happening on TikTok. And then a lot of my audience were like young, so they had never seen something like what they saw when I was going viral. Like VTubers weren't big on TikTok at the time. And so it wasn't until like well after the fact that I learned, oh, that's why I was going viral, and oh, this was my audience, you know? And the same thing is happening right now with my rant channel. It's really interesting because YouTube is so far been pretty consistent about pushing like 1 out of every 5 videos to a bunch of people. And then I have to go look and see why is it pushing out that video, and it happens to coincide with other things that are being pushed out on YouTube. The nature of going viral online and building an audience is very it can be very convoluted. And also the whims on which people like, at least for me, the whims on which people have like stuck around and followed me and like wanted to be a part of whatever I'm doing is very ephemeral. Like I don't understand it. I don't understand it, and nor do I want to anymore. I don't care. This is why I'm now just doing whatever the fuck I want. I'm so tired of trying to understand it, bro. Yeah, I guess I'm delusional to believe that I'm interesting enough and like fun enough and cute enough and like good enough company that I could achieve 1,000+ viewers in a live stream on a regular basis. I'm delulu enough that I believe that that's possible for me. I think to me the biggest biggest doubt I have in my mind is I just don't get along with a lot of people. So like I can't imagine ever like I can't imagine another bigger content creator that I would ever like get along with, you know? No, I just don't think I don't have faith that I get along. I got so much doubt. I will gladly admit that. I don't have doubt in myself, I just have doubt in the world. I have doubt that there's enough people out there like me. I'd like to be proven wrong. But that's the fun thing about creating the new rant channel. It's either gonna grow and be good or it's gonna fizzle out. I think if my rant channel ultimately fizzled out, I would probably give up at that point. Like it's like a last chance trying. But dude, this is what I keep reminding myself about all the things that I'm doing right now. Is everything I've ever done in the past has built up to the point where I have like the talents and the abilities that I have now. And I never in the past I oftentimes questioned too much. I was just like, oh man, I should really be like writing a record as opposed to just noodling on my guitar. Oh man, I should really be doing this instead of this. Oh man, that's how I used to live my life. It was very much just like, another year's gone by and I didn't do all the things I wanted to do. Meanwhile, I literally accomplished like a shit ton of stuff and had so much growth, right? But because I didn't have like a big project I finished, or because I didn't, you know, make a bunch of money, or because I didn't accomplish something big, it felt like it was like a waste. Is it ultimately going to like be for the better? I don't know. Like, it doesn't feel like it at times. Yeah, just another tool, exactly. Like in the same way that like I spent so much time trying to become a video game developer and I never finished like a retail game. What's up, Pokemon? I never finished a retail game, but I now understand programming in ways I didn't understand before. It helped me refine like a lot of the ways that I problem solve stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff I gained from it. And if I ever wanted to get back into video game development, it'd be really easy. It wasn't a loss is my point. I've set myself up, even if I am ultimately poor and living in a hole in the wall, and cope with being a struggling content creator. At least on a day-to-day basis, I get to do things that, you know, I have an opportunity to grow instead of being stuck in a dead-end job, or stuck in a job that pays the bills, but I'm ultimately not like gaining anything from. I'm very thankful for my life, as much as I wish I could have, other things. You realize when you're old is that, at least if you're old and you're willing to look back on your life and understand how you got to where you're at, and especially if you've been trying to push for like a better state of mind as you age, it all adds up, bro. Like there's nothing is useless that you do. Like I'll give you an example. Like I never thought, and I'm still not fully satisfied with it, but I never would have thought that I'd be using old illustrations with old songs to create new content. Like the new music, the lyric videos that I've been releasing, right? I don't know. To me, I can look back on my life and see how everything added up. So, if you don't ever put any effort whatsoever into any of the things that you want out of life, then yeah, it's going to add up to a bunch of fucking nothing. And if that's the case for you, goddamn, I'm sorry. But it's never too late to start, But don't underestimate how much just doing a little here and there can add up, is what I'm saying. No one gets big streaming just by streaming. You got to do a bunch of other different shit. Dude, it's funny. And this is unfortunate, but it's just a matter of awareness. I saw a VTuber the other day that was recommended to me, who they had been making videos for like literally ages, and they were putting out content really very very regularly, right? And like they had good thumbnails, they had decent thumbnails, decent titles. I mean, the thumbnail was good enough. The thumbnail and title was good enough, along with their avatar looking a certain way, that I had to go click on it, because I was just like, okay. I clicked on it because it only had 2 views, and it was someone's re-debut, right? I was like, okay, I'm curious, fuck it. I clicked on it, and it was just so hard to watch. Because it was literally this person doing a re-debut live stream of their VTuber model, talking to no one in the stream. Like, they were essentially going through all of the motions. And here's the thing, I went back and looked at their videos. All of their videos had 0 to 2 views. And they had been doing this for months, bro. And I was just like so embarrassed for them, because if something's not working out for you, you have to fucking adjust, bro. You can't just keep doing it, And here's the thing is, like, there's plenty of information out there on how to make things work better. Like, it's not an unknown thing how to be a streamer, how to be a content creator. This has all been like done before, and you learn from it, right? In the same way that this is what's happening with me, bro. This is why everyone's like, why do you keep changing your name? Why did you delete this? Why'd you delete that? Why'd you blah, blah, blah? It's like, bro, I'm trying to figure this shit out for myself, man. Like, I'm just trying to fucking figure it out. I'm trying to figure out myself. I'm trying to figure out how I'm doing things. I'm trying to figure out what I want. Like, it's a whole learning process for me, man. Of course I wouldn't be fucking changing all that shit if I was in a happy place where everything was good and it's exactly how I wanted it. That's why I changed it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's how you grow. That's how you learn. That's how you discover. That's how you become a better person. But the problem is like, so I achieved the first thing, which was I gave a reason for people to come to my live stream. But then there's the second part, which is why are they going to stick around? And I couldn't fulfill the second part. I wasn't. People came to my live stream because they saw a certain character on TikTok, but then that didn't meet the expectations when they came to my live stream and they found out that I'm just a fucking, neurotic mess. I'm not a silly goober, I'm a neurotic mess, which is why I'm doing the rant channel now. Because if people are going to fucking fall in love with me, and I'm going to give, the first impression is going to be the right impression. Night Demon, what have you done besides streaming every day on Twitch? You know what I mean? Like what have you done towards the goal of reaching a broader audience? Because to me, for everything you've ever said, it sounds like you've only ever streamed on Twitch, which doesn't do shit. That ain't nothing. That's like practicing opera every day in your bathroom and then being confused why no one's stopped by your house to listen to hear you sing opera music. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm singing loud enough. I don't know. People on the street can hear me from my bathroom window. Why aren't they coming to my bathroom window and looking at me sing? Like, yeah. But Night Demon, what I'm trying to ultimately say is that your efforts haven't been wasted. You just need to retool your efforts. You need to take a long, hard look at why it's not working out and then try to adjust. Like me. That's what I've done. Where are we on now? Like round 12, 13 of trying to make things work. I resented the fact that it seemed like people only came to my stream because of a particular model I use. Which is why with my new rant channel, I don't give a fuck about which avatar I use. I've committed to that. I've committed to that in the new rant channel. I am not gonna stick with anything. The only consistency I'm gonna have on my rant channel is that every day I rant. That people liked me because of a particular avatar I was using. But then I turned that resentment turned into me hating being a VTuber in general. When at the end of the day, I did enjoy VTubing. I do enjoy being represented as an anime character. I had to learn that over time. So anyways, my point is if you want to get into VTubing because you like VTubing, do it. Fuck the market. I mean, look at Queso. I think Queso is a really good example of how something that's already been done can always be done again and bigger and better. Queso literally just an overreactor. He's just literally doing the same thing that PewDiePie and like that entire swath of YouTubers back in the day who used to overreact to things and still do. PewDiePie, Markiplier, all that stuff. Queso is just that same thing. He just did it, in the modern era and it was tooled for TikTok and stuff. But he's just the same thing, like. So just because the market is oversaturated doesn't mean that you shouldn't do the thing you like to do. I crashed out because I was confused by... I just wasn't selfish... Bro, I wasn't self-assured, man. I just didn't know who I was. Like, I'll give you a good example. I absolutely did not like the idea of people sexualizing the gremlin and sexualizing me. And I had such a hard time with everyone perceiving me as being younger than I was, like in weird ways, in ways that weren't comfy. I wasn't comfortable, man. I mean, why I crashed out after my viral time is because it's just really when you boil it down to one thing, I just wasn't comfortable, man. I wasn't comfortable with the way that I presented myself as the gremlin. I wasn't comfortable with sticking to just being the gremlin. I wasn't comfortable with how people were sexualizing me. I wasn't comfortable with the fact that my audience was literally a bunch of teenagers. Like, there was just so many aspects to it that were just like hella uncomfy. And then I didn't have enough confidence in myself to monitor my community and like ban people and structure everything in such a way that it was comfy. You know what I mean? I just essentially like let this like wave of virality like spill over me and then just sweep me away. I had no control over it at all. And what little control I tried to do, I just wasn't I wasn't prepared, man. Yeah, also I needed to stick with one branding once and for all. The post Izzy Mouse era, I have not. Yeah, ever since ever since Izzy Mouse, I haven't settled on like a branding since then I'm comfortable with. It doesn't flow off the tongue, but Mouse Who Rants flows off the tongue, but Ranting Mouse is just it's easy. It's like I can't. Mouse Who Rants doesn't look right. I love, you know what I think is funny about Elon Musk is he's literally just like, it's what happens when you have unchecked ADHD and autism and billions of dollars and then a thirst for power. Like, the guy literally just goes from like one thing to another thing to another, and now he's like meddling with the government. like he literally just like, I want to do rockets. Or no, first he's like, I want to do online banking. And he's like, I want to do rockets. I want to do electric cars. I want to do human cyborg interface. I want to do the government. Like, he's just such a fucking loser. People get mad at, yeah, I'm gonna make a flamethrower. People get mad at me because I'm just trying to figure out what my identity is online. At least I'm not ruining the world in the process. At least I'm not fucking with people's livelihoods in the process of trying to understand my identity, bro. It's like Trump is like the that big dog, and then Musk is like the little bulldog or like the little yappy dog. Yeah, I'll be honest, guys. I don't have a lot of hope for myself on Twitch. I don't come here anymore expecting much. I think there's hope for me on YouTube. I'm excited about YouTube. Not live streams. In terms of content, I think I can build an audience on YouTube. I don't know if it'll ever transfer over here on Twitch. I still like coming here though because I like talking to you guys. I like reconnecting with my peeps. Yeah, I don't know. I've noticed on some legacy streams that I've watched that have decent viewing numbers. Not a lot of people talk. I mean, enough people show up for me to want to stick around and talk. So it's not nothing. You know who I'm sad to see who crashed out, but I get it's for the best. There was this really great content creator, but I think she was great in the way that maybe she didn't even understand that people didn't appreciate at the time. But there's a VRChat streamer named Ladle, and she was so good at just like getting people together to have a good time. And I feel like a lot of people took advantage of that. And I feel like she didn't maybe understand quite what her appeal was. But Ladle was like the heart of a community that didn't appreciate her. If she understood... The problem was at that time in VRChat, a lot of people weren't trying to create content, or they were trying to create content, but they were more just wrapped up in the social like milieu of the hype of being a part of VRChat at the time. So she was just a really fun person to be around, and she was really good at kind of scooping people up and having a good time with a bunch of folks. But in the same way that Fizzy, oh my god, Fizzy was like the proto-Phillian. But at the end of the day, Fizzy wasn't trying to be like an entertainer the way Phillian's trying to be an entertainer. Fizzy was just trying to like, I don't know what the fuck Fizzy was doing. Honestly, he had. It's just weird seeing all these people in VRChat who had everything going for them, but then they lost it all because they got wrapped up in VRChat, in the VRChat social scene. So instead of it, at the end of the day, being about being a good entertainer and content creator, it was about their standing within VRChat. Do you know what I mean? Like, but Leto's a good example of that. I think if she hadn't been so stuck in the bullshit of VRChat, like she was primed for greatness, you know? And same thing with Fizzy. If he wasn't just VRChat brained, primed for greatness. Like, there's all these people who just like they just got stuck in VRChat, you know? But anyways, there's this guy, right? His name That One Rebel. And I'll never forget, it was back in the day when I had my avatar world, and he came up to me and he was just like, it's like, so what would it take to get one of those custom latex wolf girl models? And I was like, yeah, I can hook you up with one, no problem. And he's like, well, I'm just kind of interested. Not that I'd actually be like, he was so stuttering and stammering about it. I'm just like, it's all good, man. And now, like, he is like literally just one of the infinite like VRChat Coomers who have just like gigantic, like oversized tits, undersized waist, like post like sexy pictures on Twitter, being like, "Do you like what you see, boys?" Like. And I'll never forget, like, there was a point where, yeah, huge assets. There was a point where, because sorry, I brought him up because he did do a talk show, and it was cool. It was like the one person on in VRChat who was trying to interview everyone and kind of create like a normal talk show about it. Although I do think that he tended to talk more about himself. He wasn't the best talk show host, but he was trying his best. But when he started doing the talk show, there was a point where he got a custom model made, and when he got a custom model made, it was, as he looks today, it was this like big breasted, small waisted, girl. And he was talking about his name being that one rebel, and how he was talking about something about a rebel attitude involving him being this like having this girl model, and how it was like rebellious. I'm like, bro, there ain't nothing rebellious about a boy in VRChat using a big titty girl model. I was like, man, this guy is coping hard, bro. Just say you're a gooner who like that's what you're into, bro. Like, stop coping about it. He's a good looking guy IRL too. I can't relate. I can't relate. Like, I mean, it's funny, like, I definitely like going into VRChat, and I obviously like gooning in a variety of different forms. I'm very much a shapeshifter in that regard. But I personally, as someone who's like gender fluid, gender queer, a chameleon, I cannot relate to the guys who are in like uber denial about their fucking weird VRChat kinks. It's just weird. I just don't. It's just a culture I just don't understand fully. Whenever I'm looking at VRChat stuff, I'm just kind of like wondering about people. I'll look at Sean VR, because he always had interesting bad takes on everything. And then Totless was always interesting to me, just because they're like a very, Totless is a very what's the word, incredible indie success story as a content creator. I think Totless is a prime example of someone doing everything right as an indie, like they did a really good job as an indie content creator. Both of them have banned me from their chats because they don't like me on a personal level, which is great. So fuck them. I mean, yeah, Sean VR was one of the bigger content creators in VRChat. That's not saying a lot. And Totless is still going pretty strong. The thing is VRChat isn't a monolith. Like, there used to be a point where there was very much this kind of like collectivist nature to the VRChat's like watching / streaming community, because there wasn't VTubers at the time. Now, because VTubers exist, it's like VRChat doesn't mean VRChat's just VRChat's its own little. It's like, yeah, it's a hole. It's the proper rotting hole that it should have been from the very beginning. I'm just into whatever I'm into at the time. Right now, I'm going through a Yuri kick. I'm in a big Yuri kick for some reason. I do not know why. I don't question my proclivities anymore. I just run with it. Right now, I'm into cute Yuri, so that's what we're rolling with. My whole thing is like, I mean, if we're gonna get into it, let's get into it. My whole thing is more about like, to me, it's a mental thing. I'm more into like mental vibes when it comes to like, so like someone who is obliquely sexual. So anyone who flaunts, I'm not into it. Like, I'm not into like, I'm a highly sexual person, but I'm not into stuff where it's like people flaunting their sexuality. Which is why I don't like 99% of VR chat gooners, because it's just like, they're just like tits out, vag out. It's like, okay, where's the fun? Where's the challenge? Where's the sport? I'm just into whatever I'm into at the moment. But I definitely like, I guess what I'm saying is I have some, yeah, just short enough skirt. No, I'm 1,000% into fashion over skin. Like, I've said this once, I'll say it a million times. I would rather have sex fully clothed in just the hottest outfit, right? Than see any skin whatsoever. That's the kind of person I am. As a matter of fact, if I ever look at IRL porn and they're all just straight naked, I'm just like, this sucks. I'm just like, I'm out of here, bro. I feel like there's something else I was going to talk about, but I completely forgot. We got so derailed talking about sex stuff. Of course that would happen in VR chat. Trying to go soon. This has been 3-hour stream. This is crazy. Good stream, guys. Good conversation. Thanks for the company. Thanks for talking. Bye! I'll see you guys another time. I don't know when I'll see you again, but join the Discord for updates.